Hello and welcome to our news edition. These are the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, on state visit from next Monday to the People's Republic of China at the invitation of his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping in order to strengthen the relations between the two friendly countries. The cooperation between Algeria and China touches several fields and will facilitate the sharing of experience between the two countries. The Prime Minister, Ayman bin Abd al-Rahman, chaired a government meeting. Several projects were on the agenda, including the sectors of finance, telecommunications and agriculture. The Algerian ambassador to France highlighted the crucial role played by the Algerian community abroad, particularly in France, during the celebration of the 61st independence anniversary, attended by members of the diplomatic community of the two countries. Welcome back. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, will start a visit from next Monday to the People's Republic of China at the invitation of his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping, as mentioned in the press release of the Presidency of the Republic. This visit aims to strengthen the entrenched relations and the economical cooperation of the two friendly countries. Between Algiers and Beijing, deep historic ties embodied in the diversity of the cooperation that touched several fields and included the inauguration of numerous projects for the benefit of the two countries. Sabrina Ferganit with more details.
The bilateral relations between Algeria and China is based on mutual trust and friendship, and it significantly touched the economy sector, as China being the first and major Algeria supplier. The volume of trade exchanges of $14 billion speaks for itself. The exports towards China reached a figure of $1.4 billion. Meanwhile, the Chinese investment projects in Algeria reached $24 billion over 15 years. These ties got strengthened even more after the signing of the two 5-year plans. The first one was between 2014 and 2019. The second one, on the other hand, is between 2022 and 2026.
The second plan of the strategic cooperation between Algeria and China was re-signed in 2022 and will last until 2026. It is in fact a joint strategy. We know that China is aiming to consolidate its ties within Africa, and Algeria is the biggest state in Africa and the gateway to Africa.
Algeria's participation in vital projects such as Garage Billet for steel, the East-West Road and the phosphate mine attracted the Chinese investments. The housing sector, on the other hand, reached important figures as well, exceeding $20 billion. Another crucial project that will be achieved in the framework of the Chinese cooperation is Chirchez Port, one of the largest ports in Africa. This economic cooperation comes under the political and strategic cooperation.
Algeria is considering China as an asset to join the BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. We must also stress that both countries need each other.
In this context, numerous economic reforms and new codes were established, and it did in fact attract foreign investments towards Algeria.
The Algerian-Chinese cooperation touches several fields. The Garage Billet iron mine in Tindouf and the new agreement between the Saidal Group based in Constantine and the Chinese partner to ensure the availability of certain types of medicine are the best example of experience sharing between the two countries. More details with Arnie El-Bahri.
2 million tons of iron per year will be extracted from Garage Billet West Mine by 2026. 50 million tons by 2040. The partnership agreement between the National Iron Company and the Chinese consortium CMH will allow its first phase to ensure the raw material for the entire steel industry in Algeria. A steel complex will also see the light of the day in Bashar province at a cost of $1 billion. The works will be launched before the end of 2023. It will produce rail and profile steel from Garage Billet mine. Algeria made great efforts for the realization of this iron and steel complex. We also hope to expand our areas of cooperation at the height of the friendly relations that bind our two countries. We have studied the different possibilities with a Chinese partner that would allow us to accelerate the launch of this project. All the conditions are met. It will allow the first stage the production of 1 million tons of steel plates. This project, which will be installed on a base of 1,000 hectares, expandable on 3,000 hectares in Toumiat area, will allow the creation of thousands of direct employment positions. In the same context, the governor of Bashar province announced the kickoff of the realization of the first phase of the railway mega project, linking Bashar to Tindouf provinces, over more than 1,000 kilometers for the transport of iron from Garage Billet on July the 5th. Another model of successful cooperation, the production unit of Saidal Group based in Constantine province, specializes in biotechnology and anti-COVID vaccine, an achievement made thanks to a partnership between Algeria and China. The collaboration is still ongoing. The Saidal Group aims to move on the production of a brand new type of medicines to treat certain types of diseases. We are about to sign an agreement with another Chinese partner with the aim of developing drugs dedicated to chronic diseases, among other things, with a view to improving health coverage in Algeria and enhancing relationship between China and Algeria. A partnership that will be signed shortly, enough to improve the management of chronic diseases in Algeria and guarantee the availability of certain types of medicines in the country.
The President of the Council of the Nations, Salah Goudil, chaired on Thursday a plenary session in which the members of the Council approved a new version of the disputed Article 22 of the Organic Law on Information. The President of the Council of the Nation highlighted the importance of media in the promotion of the renewal plan initiated by the President of the Republic that aims to build a new, strong and prosperous Algeria. A government meeting was chaired by Prime Minister on Thursday, Mr. Ayman Abderrahman. Several projects were on the agenda, especially in the sectors of finance, telecommunications and agriculture. In the finance sector, the government examined a preliminary draft of the amending finance law for the year 2023, presented by the minister. In the field of telecommunications, the increasing of the bandwidth that allowed the improvement of the internet access was highlighted. In agriculture, it was about the application of the reinforcement of the cereal storage capacity program. On the occasion of the Independence Day, a ceremony organized by the Algerian embassy was held in Paris. War veterans and members of the diplomatic community were present. More details with Sabrine Tafergenit.
Amid the ceremony held in the presence of the major parties of both countries, such as members of the diplomatic community, to celebrate the 61st anniversary of Algeria's independence, the Algerian ambassador to France highlighted the crucial role played by the Algerian community abroad, particularly in France. He also tackled the relations binding the two countries.
De la part de notre communauté et saluons son engagement.
We are pleased with our community and we are hailing the commitment displayed for the motherland and France. We also welcome this potential that comes in contrary to the bias and aims to contribute to the strengthening of our relations.
Participer au raffermissement des liens qui existent si heureusement entre nos deux peuples.
The ambassador Said Moussi pointed out in particular the odious groups that are aiming to disrupt the dynamic put in place by the two heads of states, embodied by the signing of Algiers Declaration.
What to say about the tragic disparition of the young Nile? than to pay tribute to his memory and to salute our community's demeanor of respect and dignity away from the reprehensible acts that we witnessed these last days.
The Algerian ambassador to France also stressed the efforts deployed from both parties to strengthen the bilateral relations.
The depth of the ties binding the two countries must be put forward, and it is unlikely to be affected by external factors. The commitment of the two heads of state aims to strengthen these ties. In this context, and to put an end to the rumors linked to the postponed visit of the head of state, I can reassure that this delay is objectively due to the agendas of both heads of state.
The ambassador stressed in his speech the efforts of both presidents aiming to successfully schedule the visit of the head of state Tebboune to France. The ceremony celebrating Algeria's independence ended in a festive atmosphere.
As part of the extension of the initiatives launched by the Great Mosque of Paris, the delegation of young Algerian people established in France was invited by the Minister of Youth and Sports on the occasion of the Arab Sports Games. For the most of these young people, it was their first travel to Algeria. Report by Afaf Belhouchat, commentary by Rania Al-Bahri.
It's time for a meeting at the Grand Mosque of Paris with a delegation of young people from immigrant backgrounds who were invited by the Minister of Youth and Sports and who participated in the opening of Pan-Arab Games. This initiative is launched by the Grand Mosque of Paris, which aims to strengthen the links between the youth of the diaspora and Algeria. I would like to thank the President of the Republic who was behind this initiative. For the most part, these young people are making their first trip to Algeria. They are Algerians who live here in France and who have enjoyed the trip, especially the warm welcome. And I wanted also to thank all the authorities and at the same time the President of the Republic. They are executives, for the most part, working in different economic sectors, aiming to work with the country of their ancestors, a desire largely reinforced by this visit. This is an opportunity to meet the youth who worked in particular in the preparation of the Arab Games, also meet the Minister of Youth and Sports and his team in order to exchange with the High Council of Youth and Sports on perspectives and cooperation projects in order to establish collaborations with the youth from the diaspora and executives. We return with an enthusiastic spirit, a spirit of openness. We are all optimistic to work together, exchange and set up partnership projects of business leaders who wish to create their companies in Algeria. There were even athletes who live here and they are ready today to make a change of nationality in order to join the national team of Algeria. A step that follows another step carried out on the occasion of the opening of the Mediterranean Games last year. Young people were able to discover cultural aspects, civil society sports aspects, and Algerian infrastructure. They visited a certain number of sites, and this allowed them to say, "We have projects for our country, Algeria. We want to share our know-how and skills with our country." So the idea among these events is to allow and inspire our young people in France to be able to tie links through projects with our country. The Grand Mosque of Paris, which takes advantage of this summer period to this exchange program, which will concern from the end of the next week children of immigrant origin to pass summer holidays in Algeria.
During the 47th edition of Tanzania's trade fair, Algeria won 3 awards with the participation of several companies working in different fields, such as leather and textile, cosmetic and pharmaceutical industries. Tanzania expressed its admiration for the Algerian products and its intention to import products from Algeria. A worrying world record was registered by the American National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The average temperature of our planet reached 17 degrees, more than the normal average temperature of 15 degrees. It's a warning sign. Icebergs melted, and icebergs melted in the North and South Poles, and heat waves were registered in North Africa. According to scientists, 2023 could be the hottest year in the history. They called for the urge of the transition to renewable energies. The territorial grouping units of the National Gendarmerie of Oran dismantled the criminal organization specialized in the international smuggling of migrants from Morocco to Spain via Algeria. During this second operation, 32 people were arrested. 28 of them are from Moroccan nationality, and 4 others are from Algerian nationality. The National Gendarmerie unit seized a motorized boat, 4 vehicles, and several currency cash, 520 million Algerian cents, 1,640 euros, 510 Moroccan dirhams, and 75 Turkish liras. Passports and smartphones were also seized during this operation. In the province of Oran, the police forces also dismantled an international criminal organization specialized in the selling of hard drugs. During this operation, 5 kilograms of cocaine were seized, and 2 suspects coming from Spain were arrested in the port of Oran. The Palestinian president, Mahmoud Abbas, visited Jenin in the occupied West Bank, where the Zionist occupation forces murdered 12 martyrs, including 5 innocent children. More than 140 Palestinians were injured. Mahmoud Abbas said the Jenin refugees camp will remain a symbol of the Palestinian people's struggle and challenge. And we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Stay tuned for more information. Thank you.